Hey everybody, how you all doing today? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you're all having a good day. Hey, Mr. Jurors and Viking streaming. Doing good, doing good. Thank you very much. So, just got some sugar beet harvesting to do today, and maybe some factory fixes. Maybe we'll see. But I hope you all are doing good today. Uh, yeah, I've kind of been having a bit of a sort of day. So, yeah, not sure if I'm going to be very chatty today. We'll see. I will try, obviously. Um, so, just one of those days, I suppose. Yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work on the new Free-Lay factory, which is obviously crisps. Been trying to get the doors animated, so I've actually got them working, kind of. But for some reason they're not lining up quite right, so I'm gonna have to have a look at them, see what's going on, and obviously maybe get with Dave at some point and see if we can help figure it out. But hopefully, the game's a little bit low. Let's turn it up a bit more. Maybe in here a bit better. I think. Oh, that's better. That's fine actually. There we go. That should be fine. Cool. So yeah, how you guys doing? Anyhow. Actually, one thing I do want to do today, if I can, is actually take out a huge loan and was that closed caption? Oh yeah, that's fine. Basically trying to find a place to put down the Free-Lay factory, so rather than having to keep jumping from one game save to another, I can just do it in this one. Makes life a lot easier, that's for sure. And obviously you guys can get to see the progress as well. But most of it is done. A few little tweaks in the XML, then obviously trying to figure out this issue with the doors. So I'm going to pop you on hard helper for the minute. Hopefully it'll keep going, and I can kind of show you what I'm on about. So over here, wherever you are, nope, it'll be this one here. So obviously on like the National Gypsum door, for the factory itself, obviously you got these two shutters here. Obviously when you open and close them, as you can see, they're nice and smooth and staying together and stuff. Obviously I've got it opening and closing fine. Obviously the only difference is, one is heading up too far up towards the roof, and obviously all these slats are separating, so that's something I need to fix. That's on both doors. And then on this door over here that opens up in the middle, oh, it's a bit noisy. Obviously that looks nice and tidy. This one is kind of coming across here and opening up for some strange reason. And this one's kind of the same, so it's like they're slightly off center, I suppose is the best way to put it. But that is something that I need to try and figure out. If it's a hard thing, I might just remove that option, or basically take them out. Maybe take one of these doors and take that out of here and import them into the Free-to-Lay and see if it'll still work that way. But as it is for now, it's all pretty much done. It's just obviously little tweaks here and there. But whatever is there, whether it's going to have doors opening and closing on the next update, we shall see. Animation is all about the origin pivot points. Yeah, Dave mentioned something about that. And how you doing, Silverum? And Mr. Darius Frost coming in with a raid of 24 people. Thank you very much, buddy. How you doing today? Let's copy you. I'll give you a shout and then jump into. There we go. Discord a sec. How you all guys doing? Yeah, showers. Thanks. Yeah. Pompey, Wimmer, MacGyver. How you all doing? Dadson. Choking Dog. Welcome. And Matza finally. Right. Let's jump in here. There we go. How you guys doing? And thank you very much for the raid.
Hey, Billy.
You are welcome, Mr. Billy. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. So yeah, I was just quickly saying, and obviously I think Shy Wizard picked it up, is obviously this is the National Gypsum. So obviously where your shutters are opening and closing nice and smoothly, like that, obviously mine are sort of separating and ending up like halfway up with the wall, so they're not sticking to the frame on that one. So obviously that's pivot points according to obviously Shy Wizard and all that animations. And then with this, the double doors on it, that's really noisy. Obviously that's nice and smooth.
Right.
They seem to be kind of away from the actual frame and stuff. Obviously what I want to try and what I could do is...
that would be your zero nodes, basically.
Actually I could show you, I could load up my test map. Actually it'd be easier to show you.
Yeah, I ran into that problem with when I was doing the fences with the gates. If I made the mistake of freezing the transformations, it would throw off where it was rotating from.
All right.
And bad things would ensue.
Still update for Stream Raiders. Let's quickly do that.
Especially like on the longer gates, when they opened, they might hinge from the right point, but then when they changed axis, the axis would shrink on it and change funny.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was...
That's an interesting one.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Obviously, if I can get
to say the least.
Work, what I might just try and do is import ones that Dave's got and see if they still change when they get imported or if they actually stay smooth. Because obviously, I've literally spent most of today, that's why I've been pretty quiet, is obviously figuring out how to get them to actually open and close. And then actually going through and trying to see if I can get them all lining back up and stuff. But as far as I can see, everything seems to be XML wise for the animations are all spot on, like compared to Dave's, and obviously the 19 version. So yeah, it's a pain. Right, so that's done.
They are.
Right, so this is obviously my test map, guys. So there's a lot of everything just dumped everywhere. So and obviously this is probably your first proper look at the Free-to-Lay factory. So I can actually, yeah, it does look a lot lighter than the 19, but it's not too bad. It's fine. So obviously the thing I've been working on at the minute is getting these doors. Yeah, you can actually see that door's slightly off, or is that just shadowing? Might just be the shadowing. So if I open that, you see how it's well off. Yeah, so that's that one.
Your translation points on the doors are not at 0. Did you scale the door or something?
I've literally left the whole thing as it was in 19. The only thing I literally removed was the extra silos that were on the end here. Everything else stayed exactly the same. So, and then obviously with that, as you can see, they're slightly off.
Yeah, something got totally out of whack.
So that's obviously on both doors there.
Yep. If it were me, I'd re-import the doors and put them back in place.
Okay. Might do that later.
That's what I would try, because somehow they got out of...
Yeah. So, but apart from that, at least I got them moving. That's one thing. That's one issue sorted. But yeah, this is obviously one thing I wanted to try and have actually working before the weekend. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't actually seen it, this is obviously going to be the inside. It's exactly the same as 19. It's a little bit noisy in here because of the fans. But yeah, it's literally as it was really in 19. I think it looks a little bit lighter, to be honest, in this one compared to 19. The only difference, obviously, compared to the 19 version is the one that's on like PV County and Uncharted had an extra 3 sets of silos. Obviously, I've just dropped it right down. The only thing I did do is tweak that a little bit because it was a little bit close at the top on that last side, whatever that is, building. So obviously this is going to be making your chips or fries, whatever you want to call them. Not fries, what do you call them? Crisps in the UK we call them. Obviously it's chips over in the States and that. And before that goes right down, I'll show off the pallets. They're simple. They're just a quick edit of the, obviously, McCain's one I did. But obviously I've changed the logo on them. And obviously each of the ends is different. So obviously you're going to have your sour cream and onion, your classics, and oh heck, too far, and your cheddar and sour cream. So yeah, that's going to be your 3 new products. And as you can see from the list, you're going to need your potatoes, your canola oil, cheese, sour cream, butter, salt, pallets. That's the main part. And then obviously you're going to have labour, electricity, morale. There will be support added at some point. And then obviously onions as well. I need to move that so it's further up on the list. So yeah. So hopefully by the weekend, in the next update, this will be ready. Obviously I just need to work on those doors. So yay. So there we go. So just import the doors again, huh? So
yeah, I tried to do it that way
yeah.
and see if it works. Like,
okay.
don't scale them or they'll get all messed up.
Yeah, I never touched any of the scalings or anything like that. So it's literally as it was. I just literally removed those extra silos from the original 19 mod. There you go. Alright, so actually while we're here, I'll jump into Stream Raiders, get the first one up and running while it's sort of loading up. But yeah, I'll have a play with that later. So here we go. So where are we? There. Nope. We're further along, aren't we? Wow, there. There we go. So nice, semi-easy one to start off with, guys. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, the link's in chat, and I'll catch up on what you guys have been saying there. So I'm going to pop this guy straight down up here. Obviously, it's 30 minutes on the clock, and all you literally do is place down your units within the blue area, just like Mr. Lynx did. Much appreciated, buddy. Who's all the way down the bottom here. Bless him. But while you guys are doing that, I'm going to jump back to the game, and I've got some sugar beet harvesting to carry on with. You make me want to try fix my Volvo when showing this, but I know there's no use in doing so. Oh, you never know, mate. You never know. Well, yeah, it's one of those things that with modding I find is if you can't get things to work straight away, just take a break, pop it to the side, maybe have a play, whatever, and then try and go back a bit later and have a second look. So obviously it just helps refresh your mind, as it were, and you usually find it pretty quickly what the issue is. So I'm going to put you on there. You're facing the totally the wrong way again. So yeah, we're just going to do some sugar beet and sugar beet cuts. I've already done some sugar beets already and got them into the sugar factory there. So I just need to get some this going. The only thing I'll need at some point is sugar cane. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. Yeah, so fun and games. Hey Gremlin 2424. I have a question on WolfCreek. Now stones appear on my fields when cultivating. Could be the type of cultivator you're using. Oh, some are narrow, some are deep. Personally, I don't really do cultivating. I just do ploughing after every harvest, and then get a fair bit of stones off that. Obviously, make sure that they are turned on in the settings as well. And obviously, I think yours are from the looks of that. Yeah. I'd just say just stick with ploughing if you want to get plenty of stones. Oh, no problem, buddy. No problem. Yeah, I don't really do cultivating that often, to be honest. I'd rather plough it and obviously make sure it's limed and everything. But that's obviously how I tend to play. But you should be getting some, depending on how often you're cultivating as well. And what you're obviously using. Yeah, I've got Big Daddy's plough on here. It's off the SGA website, which I'd probably recommend anyone you guys who enjoy it. Heck, where are you? Ploughs. So it's this guy here, and obviously that will have any color. You can even have it pink if you liked. So it'd be nice if you added some maybe rim colors as well. But that's just me being picky. But I do know there is a fair few different like subsoilers. Actually, I haven't got any installed at the minute that do up to like say 9 meters. If you like the straight sort of bar type ones. Your harvester is pink, is it? Oh, nice. Mine's green at the minute. Yeah, mine is green. Actually, I do need to work on an ideal combine for someone. But I'm kind of trying to put it off as much as possible, to be honest. Because they keep going on about wanting bigger capacities this, bigger capacities that, and obviously I don't think you need huge capacities like you did on, say, County anymore, because the fields are pretty manageable with the in-game stuff, but there's always people who like bigger capacities. So, nearly there. I have turned off temporarily crop destruction just for this job, because obviously where it keeps stopping on the wrong direction, it's terrible. There we go. So what I might do is actually try and get this field done as much as possible, and then maybe tackle that factory on whilst I'm on live, so probably make life a little bit easier. And how you doing, Alabango? Because to be honest, they are pretty easy, guys. It's just also getting that lining up to work properly is the fun part. Yeah, not too bad. Sort of having a bit of a meh kind of day. So I don't know if I'm going to be very chatty for the most part. I think it's because my daughter's been home most of the day, so they've been a bit tight on staff members, so they decided to give her a year, kind of a day off, but had to do obviously learning from school. Famous among alpacas everywhere. Yeah, how you doing, Cyrus? Yeah, I was kind of shocked yesterday. I actually got promoted, I suppose, in the Giants software Twitch channel to a moderator for there. So, more work.
I'm sure it was just a temporary assignment.
I'm hoping so too.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, because I know I've got Yosho Hin over there next week. So obviously make sure to tune in as well, guys, and see what he's talking about. Yeah. So, and obviously, I think Kerminator wants to maybe try and get a few of the other SGA members spotlighted as well at some point. So we'll just have to wait and see, really. But yeah, obviously if I can help out during the streams, why not? It's only like once every week or whatever, so we're to big time now. Yep. was kind of hoping he'd moderate KW as well.
He is.
He has, is he?
He said he was going to.
Oh, okay.
Good possibility, anyway.
Yes, that's going to be a pain in the bum, that field. I actually totally forgot I owned this field. It wasn't until yesterday I suddenly looked on the map and thought, hang on a minute, I've got a field right over here. What's going on? It's clever. I don't know. And I really need to up that a little bit. Well, obviously, if you got any questions, guys, about any of the maps, do pop it in chat and we'll try and get them answered. Obviously, there was an update to Uncharted yesterday, along with the storage that Boomer's done for the map. So if you haven't got that, make sure to obviously sync your mod folder switcher with Uncharted. And let me put you on hired helper, and I can go empty this out a sec. And obviously the update for the storage is on the website as well. And obviously it's all because of me adding the McCains. There we go. What's up?
Oh, I'm just trying to find that drone. Hiding on me.
Yes, it's a shame it doesn't have like a home recall in it or something, where it automatically goes straight back to your base or something. No worries, buddy. So, out of curiosity, everyone in chat, not necessarily Discord, but what did you think to the stream yesterday with Dave and Terminator? Because I know that we've mentioned in Discord yesterday a couple of times that obviously Dave was pretty nervous to start off with, but overall it was a pretty good stream. Just kind of wondering what your thoughts are on it. And also, did you recognise any of the WolfCreek that was in the background?
I didn't recognize it.
Yeah. You missed it? Okay. It is still up on the Giant Software Twitch channel as well as YouTube. If any of you guys did miss it, like Mr. Alabango there. Bongo, my bad. It was a good stream, yeah it was. It was very good. Come on you, out of the way. Right, let's have another look while that's doing that. No, I definitely don't want any of you. So I'm going to deactivate you. I do want the yeast though, which is starting to build up, so that's good. And I've got plenty of that, plenty of that. So just really sugar cane that I'm missing, but I'm not really needing it at the minute. So that's cool. I've got a few pallets of sugar there now. It's a good stream, yeah. I thought Dave did very well. Well, yeah, exactly. I know Dave's got a list as long as his arm of things that could be improved and added. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if Giants are going to be able to sort them, or at least some of them out. Obviously, I do know that one of the big issues is obviously this for most people at the minute. Obviously, where you're adding more and more factories and production, the list is just getting ginormous. Obviously, if you could sort of minimize it so you could have just the factories showing, that would help a heck of a lot. And obviously, being able to hide some of them as well would definitely help add in some of those other features that we all love, like explosions, for example. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, the save game, I don't know if you guys actually realise, but this save game that Dave was shown was actually the one I'm on right now, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I'm well pleased. Can I join? Unfortunately, I'm on single player, but you're more than welcome to join in chat, buddy. And how you doing, Hyperflix? Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd maybe show off the farm a little bit more, but nah. Actually, this is
Well, it was flying over, and yeah, well.
yeah, that looks familiar. Actually, I wanted to see what this was like. There we go. Yeah, so I need to definitely get some of this going. Oh heck, where are you? Compost, compost. How'd you meant to go? There. Let's activate that. There we go. Yeah, I've got to try and figure out where to put the Food Life factory, because that is definitely going to be a big area.
There's a lot of map out there, Billy.
I know. I'm slowly getting there. My bank account's quite low, so it's going to be a huge loan. Pay that off, then carry on with the next plot of land and stuff. Actually, I do have an area I could put it down, but obviously it's going to be a lot of factories in one little area, so I was kind of thinking maybe a new plot of land somewhere else. These daft hired helpers that just keep stopping. I'm going to have to take it down the other end and have it coming back up, I think. And Rabidashon, I think that is. Thank you very much for the follow there, bud. Rabid Sean?
I'd say Rabid Sean, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for the follow there, buddy. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. And also, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them in chat. We're currently playing on PV WolfCreek by Dajnet, who was obviously featured yesterday on the Giants Twitch channel. And yeah, that's about right. Get you going from down here. There we go. Right, so while he... Oh, Darius is blocked. Okay, so while he's doing that, I'm just going to run down the road back again. Actually, no, I'm going to teleport over. Because the area I was thinking originally is literally down here. I got a big, huge area with very little in it. But obviously, where I've got a few factories already, I think it's going to be a little bit much. Let me have a look. Let's go upwards. Flying time. Yeah, because I was kind of thinking there maybe, but I think that's going to be a little bit too much all within one area. I could easily make that a field or just have it as trees. So I've got quite a lot around here already, so... Mr. T. Miller, thank you very much for the subscription for 4 months now. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Rabbit Sean, my bad. I'm gonna get it right one of these days. That's where I am. Let me just give Mr. T. Miller a shout out. There we go. Also, if you're not following Mr. T. Miller, definitely click on that link, give him a follow. Also, he does live over in the Philippines, so he tends to fill in for us when no one else is live. Anyone tried out the loop synthesis tool from... Not yet. That's the audio one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they released that. Silent.
Yeah, not yet. Let's have a little look. See, I've got that area there I could do, but I wanted to try and turn this into a sort of housing area. So kind of like that, but extend it out. Let's see, what else have we got? What we got? Could possibly over here. See, that'd be not bad. Take a few trees out, obviously. Flatten it off. Getting some ideas. Try to get some ideas, guys. Oh, it's not working today. Let's have a little look. I think it's only 220 if I remember rightly. So let's take a bit of a look at that and see what's that's going to look like in that area. I can always pay this back afterwards. So, yeah, so you're going to need obviously the government building some something that's going to generate energy. So it's going to be things like your generators. So if we come in here, production to generators. So obviously you're going to have your solar panels, wind turbines, and your diesel. They can be used pretty much straight away, I suppose. Same as your biomass heating. Obviously make sure that you set them to distribute and turn them on. Once that's done, obviously you're going to need your workers and everything as well. Let me have a look in the factory a second. Where are you? Extended grain mill. I know I've got it here somewhere. There we go. So the grain mill, you're going to obviously need your wheat, your barley, sorghum, rye, millet, rice, and maize or corn. And also you're going to need your electricity and labour. Obviously that will come from the government factory as well, building as well. How many will I need? So it's literally up to you. Let's see, the electricity there. Because obviously I've had this running for quite a while. As long as you're enough to get it going. Obviously I'd say maybe 9 or 10 solar panels. But obviously remember that it's going to take at least an hour for every process for it to go through. So it's going to take about 1, 2, maybe 3 to 4 in-game hours before it actually reaches the factory. So it's not going to kick in straight away. So yeah, obviously I've got a load. Actually, I'll jump over to here a sec. Because I've got my government building just up here. So yeah, this is why I want to try and move away from this area a little bit, because there's a lot in the one area. Obviously I've got all them placed down on the government building itself. Plus obviously the diesel generator next door to that, or producing energy. And I've also got the biomass over there, producing the methane. And that's producing methane. Plus I've got the factory, the bio plant down there as well. So it's a lot you will need eventually. Obviously I've got a lot of factories running. But yeah, I'd say maybe 9 or 10 to get going. Yeah, there is. For the most part, they're on the main drag here. Let me jump over there actually to show you. So obviously you've got this guy. Wow, that is going far too fast. So obviously all these plots can be purchased. Well, heck, let me turn that right down. The first 2 or 3 houses here, you can just sell and replace if you wanted to. I believe that one doesn't have a purpose yet, but you could actually maybe sell that one, put something else down there. Obviously this one here you can purchase, and obviously when you buy the land you will get the little icon, and obviously they work the same way as the placeables, and obviously this one in itself will give you your workers, your managers and trash. Obviously I've set them all to distribute because I can't be bothered going around picking up all the rubbish bags. So that's that one. That one doesn't have a purpose at the minute, either or I haven't bought it. What other houses is there? That hasn't. I don't think that one has a purpose, but yeah, there's that one there you can purchase. But obviously, any of these lands that have houses on here, you should be able to sell them and obviously replace them. But there's another one that's got as well. But there's others I think throughout the map that do have the same purpose, where you buy the land and obviously you'll be able to produce workers and such. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could easily create your own little housing estate, like I have as well. And obviously you just come in the shop and you've got all the different houses, plus the new big boys here. But they're more for later on. Obviously you guys have only had the map a couple of weeks now. So I'd definitely maybe stay away from them for now, unless you want to really go over the top. But yeah, maybe a couple of these should be fine to start off with. Yep, yeah, you can do if you wanted to. Obviously, if you buy the land and you don't get that trigger pop up, you can sell them. Obviously, like the ones I've done the other side of here. Obviously, there was like 3 houses here, or 2 or 3 houses. I've just literally bought the land and I was able to sell them because obviously there's no purpose for them. But obviously, one thing I do want to try and do here is obviously go for something that's a little bit bigger, but something that maybe will match in with what's up there. So you could easily put a couple of these side by side if you wanted to, or you could even rotate them and have 2 like that, or 2 or 3 there. Obviously it's maybe go for a smaller one, for example, something like that maybe. And if you're really lucky, you might even be able to put a load of these side by side. Obviously hit the V key. Do you mind if I'm talking, mate? Go away. Go. Cheeky so-and-so. But yeah. How you doing, Donna? Yeah, obviously the houses here are only placeable, so they have no purpose, Mr. Miller. Obviously with the ones up here, though, like this one here, obviously you got the trigger. Those ones there didn't, so that's why I sold them. So I'd rather repurpose this land and put one that produces a worker, manager, or whatever, CEO and stuff. Yeah. So obviously if you don't see the icon pop up when you buy them, sell the house, and put one that does produce. That's all I'm doing. Obviously, you could even take this field, for example, and make a nice little housing estate if you wanted to. If I shoot over here a second, obviously, when you start out, you've got 2 fields here, or actually it's about 3 or 4 fields here. Obviously, this area here, I'm turning it into like a little housing development, I suppose you guys over in America would call them. And obviously, I'm just placing down some houses, making it look a little bit pretty as well with obviously Darius's little placeable pack, decoration pack there. So yeah, this is the sort of thing you could easily do, have a nice little road or something coming in and out. So yeah. And obviously, if you, as long as you're producing enough electricity, obviously they're going to then produce your workers and such. And how you doing, Mr. Surfing Cowboy Gaming? How's life treating you? So something I was going to look at is this area down here. Excuse me a sec, I'm just going to sprint down here. I'm kind of thinking this would be a nice area for the Frito-Lay factory, just to sort of come away from obviously my main area. Obviously I'd need to remove a load of these trees, which would be easy enough. That one's going to be a bit of an issue maybe, but obviously I'll get the brucks on most of these. But let's have a little look, see what sort of that's going to look like down here. So this is obviously one that's going to be coming out hopefully on the weekend with Dave's update. Trying to find the right angle is hard. That's one thing. But yeah, there's plenty of room there. I could even get it onto the corner here, for example. Could have another 1 or 2 little factory development area. That'd be quite nice actually. I'm curious, how much is that going to cost me? Probably a buttload, but we'll see. 676. Why not? Let's max the lawn out, see what we can get, eh? But a little bit jet lagged. All right, yeah. I can't remember if I kept that 10mm loan in here, but we'll just keep going to back there, because obviously I'm going to need a little bit for terraforming as well. So let's buy that. Thinking about it. So that would be kind of nice. So yeah, definitely expanding, which is good. Yeah, so this area here is where my main farm is now, which is kind of nice, and I'm still getting that blinking error coming up for some reason. I'd love to know what's causing it, but Stream Raiders is now ready, guys, so let's jump over there and get that going. Stick that down on there, and good luck, guys. We've got 19 units down, so fingers crossed. What have I missed? Oh, blimey. There was a 7.3 earthquake in Japan. A tsunami alert is on for northern Philippines. Oh, blimey. Well, make sure that you stay safe, Team Miller, yeah? Hex bells. We've only got like a couple more to go, and then we can do a boss battle. So I'm going to keep playing on this one for now. I'm going to try that again. Obviously, if any of you guys do want to join in, please do so. Obviously, the link is in chat. Let's see if we can find something a little bit more beefy. There we go. Let's go for this guy here. And you're literally just placing down all within this area here. And hopefully aim to win. So, but while you guys are doing that, I'm going to jump back into here. And I need to find a tractor so I can cut some trees down. So there's you. Are you still going? Looks like it. So let's get him emptied out first, actually. Wow, we're here. I also want to see something as well with this. And Mr. Sodwick, thank you very much for the epic warrior. Oh, well, that's good. Cool, right. So that's you. Where's my other tractors? I know I've got a John Deere here somewhere. Or two. There we go, that'll do. Here we go again. Yep, definitely feeling that sort of a can't be bothered today type of feeling. It's that
Yeah, I got a
hump day thing.
headache today.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to sleep yet, but
I think it's just with everything going on in the world at the minute, it might be that, to be honest, sort of just wanting it to clear up. It seems to be one thing after another after another. We've spent like, what, 2 years with COVID now, and then all of a sudden we're starting to get back to normal. Then obviously then Russia decides to, yeah, do its dues. It's like, come on, just give us a break, will
like
ya?
we needed that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Plus having a sore throat doesn't help as well. Right then, there you are. I think I've got another Bruck somewhere around here. I've left it lying around. Nice. There we go. Oops. Car. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and I don't know if it's just me, but the traffic in 22 is definitely a lot worse than it was in 19. Seems a lot faster and a lot more dangerous. That's happened a few times now.
It is faster.
Not good. I just realised something. On Friday, I'm going to only be doing like an hour stream. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because obviously with your time being earlier this week and next, for me.
Oh.
Yeah. That's cool. Obviously next Wednesday, but before I forget, I won't be streaming due to parents' evening at my daughter's school. So just so you guys don't get worried or anything. Right then.
What, us worry?
Yeah. Well, I know the last time I took a day off for not feeling very well, I had about a dozen different messages come through. You okay? You okay? You streamed today? I thought, oh, bless yous.
Right.
So yeah, I thought I'd let you guys know first of all, okay? Right, let's see if this thing's gonna work. Ooh. Come on. There we go. Alright then, I've got to try to figure out. I think I'll go with this side first of all. I'm going to obviously flan it first and go from there. Forward. Come on. So, out of curiosity, guys, what maps are you playing at the minute? Because I know you got Wolf Creek out now. Got NBC Acres, Volcano Island, plus obviously PV Uncharted. Are you enjoying them? Had any issues as well? Aren't you missing that wood on wood chips here? Actually, I'm collecting wood chips. Obviously, to be honest, I've got plenty. Actually, I should really get a trailer down here, shouldn't I? Thank you for reminding me, Toby. Thank you. Yeah, I should really collect them because you get quite a lot off of this, and that would do perfectly for the biomass. So I've got to try and find my truck now. Yeah, not quite with it today, so I know I had you around here somewhere. There's my trailer. Oh, where the heck are you? Oh, there he is. That's what I'm doing. Actually, I'll take that back as well. So let's see, we've got WolfCreek. Yeah, are you enjoying it? I'm guessing you guys have probably mostly started in the starter farm that you get, or did you start somewhere else? So switching between NBC Acres, WolfCreek. All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, there is a lot to learn even for someone that's been playing it, what, 4 or 5 months, whatever it is now. There's still things I'm still thinking, I haven't got a clue on that one. Obviously having to look and stuff. I've got tons and tons of notes. Mainly for doing obviously the info cards, which hopefully you might be able to get at least some of them out this week to Dave. But they still don't look right to me, which is why I haven't really passed them over to him. Let me just do this quickly. Oh, that's flickering again. Okay. Just bring that one out a little bit more. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with... Heck. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Did I change that or not? Let me just check something. Set, guys. No, I didn't. Fudge. Let's grab one of these then instead. Because it holds a little bit more. I'll just at least one of them for now. Okay. I need to sort out the capacities on that other trailer. I was playing around with it earlier. Trying to get error removed. I think I've got the error now. But I forgot to sort out the capacities and stuff. Pompies, you're on Uncharted. Yeah, that's, well, basically understandable. You've been playing that since its release, so cool. You've started at this sand mine on WolfCreek, then built the sheep farm. Sick. Ah, okay. Yeah, they're all unique maps, that is for sure. Obviously, I was listening on a stream yesterday, and a lot of people seem, or who are in chat, oh heck, seem really impressed with obviously what NBC's done with the map, where he's obviously taken the roads out, made it a bit more unique. Obviously, it's still got Elm Creek in the middle there, but obviously where he's changed it a lot, they like it compared to WolfCreek. But me personally, I still like this one.
I don't like any of them.
But I do know there's a lot of people still asking for PV County to be brought over.
Well, if only.
Yeah, maybe one day, you never know, somebody might do it. I'm not going to say Dave probably will, but yeah, you never know.
I would do a PV County like map if we could,
Yeah.
but we can't. So.
Yeah, it's obviously all that the building and buildables, explosions and stuff that are the big issue. And obviously not having a working animal trigger as well for the production side of things is the big drawback at the minute. Be there for the time. Are you gonna shoot from there or not?
I mean,
Okay.
we had so many more animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Better question is, would you rather me go back and create a new map for 19 or bam?
Well, obviously at the minute we've got plenty of work to do, obviously with the 4 maps we've got now, so obviously there's still a lot of production side of stuff to be brought over. Obviously I'm helping out where I can each week and stuff, but there's going to be one day we'll find that there's nothing else to do.
We've got lots of factories for this one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm looking at, I could do something really, I mean, now, yeah, 19 is still so much more.
Yeah.
That we could do. That's the problem. There is so much I could do. We did a new map on 19. So much yet unexplored. Make it run better than, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things that were in county, as good as it was the first time that we did them. So they can be improved upon. The explosions, the different things, you know. And a lot of them were added in, like the explosions were added into the landscape after the landscape was already started. So I just think it could be better, even better than county.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously, now that you've seen 22, obviously if you did go back, say and do a map from 19, you could maybe even try bringing stuff from here back.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Might be.
It would be interesting to find out if it is possible.
Imagine the tree types might be easy.
Yeah, because that's just a visual, isn't it? So, yeah. And obviously maybe something like a factory extension type thing as well, that'd be quite nice. Working in 19.
But there are lots of things to do.
Been on Anno? Not sure what that one is.
Anno 18, yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
That's where, last I knew, that's where our pals, Thunder.
Oh right, yeah. If County had the distribution system without the hidden production, yeah. Obviously, it's the hidden production that allows obviously Dave to get the explosives to work and stuff like that. So that'd be one of the definite adds needed to get in. Oh heck, I hate bumps. Things working better on here. That is for sure. And how we getting on Stream Raiders? So if any of you guys do want to join in on Stream Raiders, still plenty of time. We've got 12 minutes left, just under 13 actually. Currently 20 units down, so more the merrier to try and get through this one today. Be much appreciated, guys. There's exclamation mark Raiders in chat if you do want to join in. Oh, will you stop it? I need to get a new truck, I think. I'm kind of getting sick of this thing jackknife in every corner. And obviously, if any of you guys haven't seen this one yet, this is obviously the biomass, I think it is, production. Obviously, you can use straw in, your wood chips, even trees if you wanted to. And obviously, that's going to generate methane to go into your government building. And thank you, Georgia Assassin. There we go. As I do know, there's a lot of mods out there using this particular building. Obviously, even Team Miller is creating a little production using the same building. Here we go. And I'd really need to get some diesel up and running again. So at the minute I am waiting on my sugarcane field, which was just planted the other day. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to trade in this truck. Sell, bye bye. Okay. Let me do that and that. There we go. So let's see what we got. Hey. I think maybe the Pinnacle. I haven't actually used it yet. I've used this one and the other Mac. Why not? Go for a little bit of this guy here. Let's see what configure it. Oh, nah, I don't want anything too huge. Sleeper maybe. I might quite like that. Let's have a look. I think let's just stick with this day cab there. Definitely go for the bigger engine. Don't need to worry about that. Keep the color as it is. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. Got even a hood ornament as well. Why is it doing that? Interesting. Interesting. What's the inside of this thing like? Oh, it's not too bad actually. Kind of like that. It's not too bad. So would it be better? Yeah, I would just go with quite a few solar panels if that's what you're starting out with. Obviously, they're only going to generate 1 unit of power per hour. so hence why I put a fair few down. And obviously, as I've progressed, I've obviously added more solar panels, even a diesel generator, and then obviously ended up buying obviously the biomass or biofuel, whatever it's called, and obviously getting those extra options going as well. Just out of curiosity, where did I put my little list? Let me check something a sec. So with that placeable, let me check something a sec. There's the biomass in it. So the biomass produces, so according to my little list, it's 10 units of energy per product per hour on that. So it's literally up to you. Obviously, if you want to clear a load of trees, then yeah, I'd probably go that instead of the solar panels. Because obviously you'd need at least 10 of them just for one of them. So yeah, you could try it that way. Obviously, I know when Big Daddy was playing and streaming, he had about, I think it was 4 of them placed down, and very few factories actually up and running. So yeah, you could do it that way as well. It produces the methane or propane. Yeah, it's methane, isn't it? That one. But obviously,
methane.
yeah, but it gets transferred over to the government building. See, my brain is not quite with it today. It gets transferred to the government building where it's then converted to electricity that then gets pumped out to your factories and your houses and stuff. So it's basically the same process but a different product being produced. And also, just so obviously I've mentioned it previously, guys. Obviously, you got the BGA up here, the biogas plant. If you buy that land, you can also get methane from there. And also, which I would recommend you guys buying, is the land just here. For the simple fact, why is that on there? There we go. So obviously, if you were to buy that land, not only will you be able to do some of the contracts, but you can actually produce methane down at the biofuel place. I do know there's a lot of contracts for like the grassland work that have to be delivered here. So if you can, I'd buy that land relatively early, so then you can actually start building up on your methane and stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. And obviously, yeah, your straw as well, it'll take and stuff. So yeah, so you could pop your bales in there if you wanted to, and all of them as well. Yeah. I know what you mean, yeah. I think that should be more than enough space actually for that factory to go down on. I think it's can this tilt up far enough. We adjust. One thing I do like doing as well is obviously landscaping the area around, if I can. So obviously, if you notice in some of the other areas, I've got like lots of trees down and stuff like that. It all helps. There you go. So let's go drop this over here. Yeah, we'll get this guy out of the way. Yes, one thing I always do whenever I'm placing down, I always make sure that the area that I'm placing down on is flat, so then I can get an idea, a better idea of what to do afterwards. Here we go. So drop through there. So bit of landscaping for a minute. So I'm thinking maybe this corner here, might need to take that tree out, but we'll see from that. So let's have a look. Need to find a nice spot to start off with, so I'm thinking maybe there. Take that down there, it's fine. Obviously if we go over the road a little bit it doesn't matter, because obviously it'll all get smoothed off afterwards. Here we go. That's not too bad. Also, when you guys are using the Terraform mod at the minute, obviously that's probably a nice way of doing it more realistically than this. But yeah, I can't get my head around it, to be honest.
Terraform mod?
Yeah, I just can't get my head into it.
Waiting for it to improve.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Just bring it up a little bit more. There's a bit of tree there still. There we go. I'll tidy it up in a minute. And also, one nice little trick as well is obviously one of the main reasons I've flattened obviously is to find all these little tree stumps that might have been missed earlier. There we go. Of course you could easily do that as well if you want to. Yeah, it's fine. That is fine. Okay. Need more of a loan. 220. Take a little bit more. And obviously, one thing you will need as well is the limit breaker mod activated whenever doing any of this, guys, and any factories in that. Which obviously was added the other day. Where are you there? Oh yeah, it's going to be good enough. Right then. So if we bring it onto this corner here, should be fine. Fingers crossed. Ding! Yay! There we go. Cool, so we have to load up my other save game now. So this is going to be where you drop your stuff off here. And then obviously pallets are going to be spawning over here. But yeah, that is one issue I need to sort out, which I will do later on. Just checking something. Yeah, it looks fine to me. So what I might just do is bring that in a trickle on the placement. I could maybe centralize the silos a little bit more. Not too bad actually. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, you guys will be getting this coming out in the next few days. That's cool. Right, so let's get Stream Raiders done and dusted. We do have 40 units down, so I'm just going to save that there, because that seems fine to me. And thank you very much each and every one of you guys who's placed down a unit today. And here we go. Good luck, guys. And congratulations. Let me just get this tractor moved over. Wow, bouncy. There we go. Then, yay, we won. And Welsh was he getting a little extra something there for that. Thank you very much each of yous. Alright, so let's jump into the next one. Go for a nice easy one. It's unusual to have an easy one this late on in the map, so might as well give you guys a little bit of a break. And let's drop down this guy just here. Obviously the link's in chat if you want to join in. It'd be much appreciated, guys. Obviously what I'm just going to do quickly is take a quick break, check on my wife, see how she's doing. She's not been feeling very well either today. But that will just be a few minutes and I'll grab another drink while I'm at it as well. And I shall put you on that screen there so you can actually see this hired helper doing a little bit of work there. It's past 2 AM here. I'm off. Oh, okay, Mr. Miller, I'll see you in the morning for you. Have a good one, buddy.
Good night, Mr. Miller.
And I will be back in a couple of minutes. I'm back, guys. There we go. Cool. So, while he's doing that, let's just go do a little bit of landscaping over here. There we go. So one nice thing. Oh, didn't we do that? Obviously, if I place this down now, it's going to actually get the electricity and all the extra bits needed in there. How you doing, Mr. Wheels and Farmer Marks? Right, so if I step out of the way a fair bit, so I'm not going to collide with anything, hopefully. Maybe that truck in the corner, but we shall see. So, let's do a little bit flattening, start off with here. But yeah, how you doing, Mr. Wheels?
Hello, Wheelie.
Across here. Soften that off. Just do that a bit. Not too bad. Good. Glad to hear it. Over a little bit more. Yep, that truck's going to be right in the way. So yeah, as I mentioned, guys, the Frito-Lay factory will be hopefully coming out this weekend. But yeah, it does look a lot brighter in 22 than it used to. So it's going to give you an extra purpose for those potatoes. So I'll get them in the ground or stored up. There we go. This bit's going to be a pig. Stop that a little bit. There we go. That's better. We'll soften that off. Fine. Just tidy this up a little bit as well. I know earlier I was coming down this road and it was quite bumpy, I noticed. So just want to smooth it off a little bit. There we go. And I'll see what you guys are chatting about in a second. There we go. There we go. Dumpers pack on Mod Hub. Yeah, I seen that actually. Is it any good? And how you doing, Farmer Gaming 22? Welsh Wizzy, welcome, buddy, welcome. Becky, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you around here. Obviously, that's understandable. Just tighten that up a little bit. So what I'm kind of thinking is having a little fence going around the outskirts with like a gate going in and out. That's kind of what I was just thinking of. Oh no, quick break there. Which is the best bread to make start out? Probably the wheat. Is a good starter bread. Well, any of them really. It depends on whatever crops you've got in the ground. You can pretty much put in there. There we go. Obviously, just take into consideration as well village one was it? And I know somebody mentioned about it previously and didn't realise is, I believe it's that one. Yeah, some of these do need two types of flour, to go into the breads.
Yep, organic and gluten-free required.
So obviously, if you want to do breads, you could maybe go for your oat, your wheat, your rye, and probably corn. Obviously, if you wanted to get the extra ones, obviously you would need to have both types going.
Yep.
Yep.
Back in a few minutes.
Okie dokie, boss.
I need food.
Haven't tested it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that was the same as the one that was in 19. Came out quite late on. No problem, Gremlin. No problem. So let's have a little look. Am I gonna have enough space behind there? I'm hoping so. So what I might just do is start on this corner here. And I do like putting fencing and stuff around just to make things a little more realistic, I suppose, is the best way. So let's see what we got. And I kind of like these fences here. Because they're almost industrial-like, but obviously we do have Mr. Darius's as well here. Let's see.
It's just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but they're good. And it's kind of funny that obviously you start putting these out, and then all of a sudden people on Mud Hub is starting to bring out very similar stuff. So let's go with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time before it gets figured out. That's all it is. It's just how does the system work and everything else once you figure out the vertex painting, which I needed Shy Wizard's help for. I'm sure other people figured it out on their own.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right, so...
You know.
The only part I do have an issue with is when placing down gates. That is the only time I have
sometimes
a problem.
The gates can be a bit of a pain.
So if I try you there... But that's going to go in, so that's good. That's the right way, hopefully. And I was that one, hopefully. Is it that one? Nope. Which one did I click on? Was it that one? Must have been that one. There we go. So that was a good guess. Oh, see if you can bring up your screen like this while doing your placing down and that, it does help out. I do know there's a mod out that allows you to do grid snapping as well. There we go. So something there. And I'm thinking, let me see, let's bring this over here somewhere. Like that maybe. Oh, don't want you. Let's go for a nice wide one again. The nice thing is it is heading straight in, so that's good. That's not the one I want. Is it that one I want? Yep, there we go.
Hello, Miss Becky and Farmer Gaming.
Yep, they're there. Always glad to see them, that's for sure. And I believe his their brother was in your chat earlier as well. Oh, come on, not enough money. Oh heck, that's difficult. Always make sure you got enough money as well to do this as well.
It generally helps, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's try that again, shall we?
At least it's not as expensive as the orchards.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. I think each of my lines was like 24 grand each. And obviously if you look at what X-Man was doing, and I believe JD as well, they're like double the amount that I've been doing.
Oh so yeah, it adds up real fast.
Yeah, so there we go.
I dropped 5 million on mine and never even got around to doing anything with it. By the sounds of what JD's gone through, it's like,
yeah,
I think it just bulldozing them all.
Yeah.
Turning it into a different field.
Oh, that's interesting. I think I might have done a boo-boo. I did. I have a gate and a fence that I can't get through. That's clever. That was fine though.
That's impressive, Billy.
Yeah. How the heck did I do that? Oh my goodness gracious me.
That's pretty impressive, I gotta say.
Is there new houses for
You're gonna have to
Uncharted?
demolish them first.
Yeah. Yes, there is. Especially the... I'll show you in just a sec. Let me just sort this out a sec. Actually, yeah, I can leave that from there. It'll be fine. So, the new ones that have been added are these buildings here. Obviously, these are more for later on, really, where you going to need like a lot of workers, a lot of managers and stuff like that. You know, also, if you see in here, you're getting 3 different workers. Also, you're going to have your normal workers, your supervisors or managers, and then obviously your CEOs, which are the guys in green, and they're also going to definitely be needed a lot later on in stuff. But yeah, obviously you could quite easily put some of these down if you wanted to. You could even just do one, for example, set of apartment blocks there, and that would probably cover a fair few. Obviously, I haven't got any of them down as yet, but I do plan on getting some down soon. Obviously, it's just getting money together for it. So put that there. Let's try this again, shall we? Pop that there. Make sure to click on that one first. There we go. Come on in. Click. There we go. That's better. I don't mind it being a little bit bunched up there, but that's fine. But yeah, I could centralize that a little bit more, maybe. But overall, that's not too bad. There we go. Let's open it up. Cool. So, how's my little person doing over here? It looks like they've pretty much finished. So I'll probably finish that off a little bit later. So I need to try and get this field sorted out. When's the man in black coming? The men in black. I don't know. When are they? And oh, that helps. There we go. Just try it up a bit. There we go. Right. So I might as well just carry on with this for the minute. So also we do have 10 minutes remaining on Stream Raiders. So if any of you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome to. Is exclamation mark Raiders in chat. One nice thing as well is sugar beet cuts do sell pretty well, so I might even be able to sell a bit, pay some of that loan off. And Farmer Max, thank you very much for the hydrate. I'll grab that now. Much appreciate. Right, so let's get these guys up. Good, there we go. How you doing, Paul RJ? Welcome back. Let's turn that off. There we go. Right, I have a silage contract to deliver to bales to the biofuel. Is that the BG? Nope. The biofuel. Let me stop that there a sec. It's going to be down this area here. It's basically down near this main starter farm. What you will need to do, as I've previously mentioned, you will need to own this land first of all, okay, before you actually place anything into that trigger. Because also, if you go down there as it is without buying it, the trigger's not going to show. Obviously, once you purchase, okie dokie, buddy. Obviously, once you purchase this land, the trigger will then show for the biofuel, which is right there. Oh, and let me jump over there. So, as you can see, oh heck, I've just teleported into a bill. There we go. So obviously, this is the trigger. You're going to need this one here, and literally, it will take bales now as well. That was something that was added on the last update. So I'm doing this. Thanks for asking. Good. Glad to hear it, Polar. Yeah. Went through 9 million on replacing and scrap. Yeah. Yeah, so obviously you do have that trigger that most people think it's that one, but yeah, it's going to be this one over here. But obviously you will need to buy that land first. You can take out a loan if you wanted to, purchase it and then sell it afterwards. However, one thing I will say, obviously once you do own it, and you can actually start putting your bales and stuff into it, obviously one thing you're going to get out of it is methane. And obviously you can see I've got some slurry there, silage and manure and that. Obviously it will take sugar beet cuts as well. And that will actually produce your methane, which then can be used to convert into electricity in the government building, which then can go into your houses or your factories or wherever needed it. So it's one of those things, do I buy it just to complete a contract, or do I buy it and try and pay off the debt? Personally, I buy it and pay it off, because it is well worth having, and obviously the more contracts will pop up later on, and yeah, obviously you're going to get free fuel for it in essence. So let me jump back over here. So yeah, if you can get like a loan for whatever it costs, I think it's about 200 to 300, definitely well worth buying it and just paying off the loan. Now we need to take that off. Thinking about it, let me pause that a sec, because to be honest, we don't need to watch David Gang. Well, unless you want to. Let me have a look. So, client bot, timer, and I can now delete that one. There we go. And we'll stick that back on. That screen ready for later. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I totally forgot about taking off the comment about obviously Dave being live with Terminator from yesterday. So apologies for that, guys. There we go. Yeah, that was one of the ones I did just literally purchase and then end up keeping it just to complete some contracts. And obviously it does help when you get the government building down to produce that electricity. There we go. But yeah, it's really good that Dave was actually able to add a build trigger to that one. Obviously I've been doing like 400 hours or whatever it is now on this map, testing it and such. Obviously whenever I've done contracts and had to take them there, I've had to literally turn them into loose silage, loose bales and stuff like that just to get it to go into the trigger. So that is going to make your life a lot easier, guys. Obviously make sure that you are up to date on the map and mods. Obviously all you have to do is click on that sync button in the options menu with WolfCreek or any of the maps to get the updates. Yeah, definitely need to up that. I keep mentioning it and keep forgetting I'm going to put that on my list today. Alright, where's that bit of paper to-do list? Here it is. So, increase. Load. Speed. Beat. Cut. Harvester. Well, that's it, so 4 doors hopefully that will sort that one out. Both of them. And the last 3 minutes, guys. Last 3 minutes for Stream Raiders. So obviously you still got time to get at least one more unit down each, if you haven't already. And so far we have 38 units down. Obviously more the merrier. Obviously this is a pretty easy one seemingly. Obviously I never count my chickens till they're all hatched. There we go. So obviously I've done plenty of easy ones previously that end up losing, even with tons and tons of people units down. Here we go. Oh, wrong line. Should probably do it myself. Drop that down. There we go. Yeah, I'll finish off that a little bit later. I'll just get the hired helper to obviously do this little bit strip here in the middle. I'll just go do a little bit more painting and stuff around by the new factory there. On there for a minute. So that is definitely working, so I can actually now hide that. There we go. So since the last update, I've noticed sound has been a bit of an issue on my stream. I've in essence had to add a new browser sound source to each of the channels for the game to actually come through on the stream, which is really weird. Never needed it before. Right, so let's pan this gun around. Turn that off. But yeah, if you're doing a strange shaped field like this and you want to use your hired helpers, I'd always recommend starting on the smallest edge first before getting them going. So there we go. Good, that's fine. Alright, Pompies, you have a good day as well. And obviously I'll see you again in the next one, probably. Right, so that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. But yeah, thanks very much for popping in. So let's move this guy out of the way so I can get this corner sorted out. Probably what I'll do is I'll bring that road across a little bit more. And there's Stream Raiders ready. Come on, come on. Bit of off-roading here. Yeah, notice the whole landscape itself is very bumpy in places. So that's fine. Right, so before we jump into doing this, let's go over to Stream Raiders and get that battle done and dusted quickly. So we have 42 units down, much appreciated to each and every one of you. So here we go, and good luck. Keep our fingers crossed. And well done, guys. There we go. Nice one. And Georgia Assassin getting a little extra something out of that one as well. Cool. Oh, so man, look at that. Nice. So obviously got to go one more to go on this map, and it's going to be a boss battle. Oh, and looks like I got a few things to collect quickly, so let's grab that. Ooh, some laurels. Ooh, nice little phoenix there. Oh, and that as well. Some scrolls for myself. And just do some upgrading quickly. So there's that one, and there's that one. Nice, nice, nice. Right then, guys. Who's ready for a boss battle? So here we go. Wow. So obviously we're going to need all those epic units if we can. So obviously if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. The link should be in chat just there. Do I really want to go for that? It's a bit low really. I need something quite high. Oh, choices, 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 hey? Let's go with this guy and we'll go over in this corner here to start off with. Hopefully work our way around. So while you guys are placing all your units down, obviously I've got a little bit of cat issues. Come on, kitty cat, go away. How are you getting anyway? One sec, guys. That cat's jumping in the way. There we go, right then. So obviously, like I said, I'm going to just carry on over here. Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Right then. So we do have a not bad little bit of a loan there, so should be able to get a little bit done. So let's just tidy up this side first of all. There we go. That's a little bit better. A little bit neater, a little bit tidier. So, right, so we'll want a slightly green one. Is it that one? Yeah, there we go. So obviously what I'm going to do is bring this road out here. Obviously where I've brought it out here, I need to make up for that. So let's bring that over here. Just get that married up to that. That's not too bad. Yeah, how are you doing, Mr. Michael, anyway? So that's fine. Actually, one thing I do need to do is obviously sort that little bit out there. So let's bring that up. Obviously, if you weren't aware as well, you can actually make it stronger or weaker on the landscaping side of things with the L and K key. There we go. See, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just sort of trying to make it look a little bit nicer. That's not too bad. There. Do a bit tidying up there. Just move that edge off. Might just bring that across a little bit, I'm not sure yet, we'll see. Just stick a little bit of grass on the edge here. Yeah, we'll bring that around to there sort of thing. Also, if you hit the V key, the Victoria key, it will change it from square to circle as well. That's not too bad. I'm kind of happy with that. Hopefully it's not going to be too short, small. Might need to make it a little bit wider actually. The road itself. Yeah, that's an easy enough fix. So what we'll just do is bring that out a little bit more. Here, sort of thing. see what he's saying in chat. So currently feel like a zombie. Got up, went to bed, nearly 256. I don't know, mate. You're terrible. You are terrible. Yeah. There we go. That's better, actually. Wasn't quite right from above. That's obviously coming down to ground level. Always helps as well. There we go. See what I like on this side. Just soften that part off there. Got a decent corner on there. I actually think 19's landscaping in places were a lot better. But obviously some of the features aren't quite right, I don't think. Hey, Mr. Badass, how are you doing? Welcome, Raiders. And let me give you a shout out. Oh, come on. There we go. Obviously, if you're not following Mr. Badass, go over, give him a follow, check him out. He's currently playing, I believe it's NBC Acres. On a server with a few other streamers actually, so definitely worth checking that out. But how was your stream, sir? Blood drum first, then grocery shopping at a doctor's appointment. Back home for around 10 or 11, I think. Yeah, it sounds like a really long morning. Good. Oh, glad to hear it, buddy. Glad to hear it. So, obviously, as you probably haven't seen it yet, hopefully this weekend there will be a new factory coming out for all you guys. And that's the one I was just literally placed down. Let me just finish doing this corner a sec. And I can actually show it off a little bit more. Here we go. So it's going to be the Free-Lay factory. And obviously for those in America, you probably know it as your chip factory. Obviously we call them crisps over in the UK. Obviously it was on PV County. It's going to be a little bit smaller than the version there. And yeah, overall it does look a lot brighter, I think, on here. That's an interesting... Never noticed that. So this is something that's going to be coming out for you guys soon. Obviously this is where you're going to be dropping off. And obviously this is where your pallets are going to spawn in this little area here. I'm currently working on the 3 doors here to get them working smoothly. So obviously it's going to be an extra use for those potatoes that you may have stored up. Obviously the McCain factory was released with the last update. And obviously that needs your potatoes as well. There we go, there's that. Yeah, I don't need anything too special, I don't think, coming from there, so just bring this out there. I'll probably get bored of this and change it later, knowing me. Yeah, I've been actually lurking in your streams, listening to all your different comments, to be honest, and it's nice to hear people actually being positive and negative about the maps and stuff. Obviously it does help us out with the feedback and that as well. Obviously if there is something about the map you maybe not like, well, we can always look into maybe changing it or leaving it as is and maybe adding it to the next map. There we go. Just need to bring that out a little bit where the fence was placed down. There we go. as you can tell, I am a bit of a perfectionist at times. I don't know where that come from, to be honest, but yeah. Here we go. Well, that's interesting. Why is that? Oh, yeah, it's the shadow, isn't it? I think. Yeah, that's just a shadow. It seemed like a different texture there for a second. But the one thing I do need to look at is actually the lights on the inside of here. I think they're pointing slightly wrong. Because I noticed when I was testing out the other day, there was a lot of light coming outwards here rather than inwards. That's an easy fix. And Georgia Assassin, thank you very much for the epic ancient archer. You're loving NBC Acres? Good! Definitely good. There we go. That's better. But yeah, obviously every map maker has put their own little twist on each of the maps. And the nice thing is obviously all the production that currently runs on WolfCreek is now available for Uncharted and NBC Acres, which is kinda cool. There we go. Let's drop that down a wee bit more. But obviously I know how you guys think, so getting obviously the government building down, get your hard worker or your workers built up and stuff is definitely something to try and focus on. But obviously the way the maps, well this one in particular was created was to start off with like your tier 1 stuff, which is going to be like your small flower factory and stuff like that, and then build up from there. I know you guys like to jump straight in the deep end and go for it. There we go. Let's just get this side done quickly. But if you obviously if you haven't got the power and stuff, I would definitely recommend getting like the small flour mill, the oven down, stuff like that. Obviously it doesn't need any additional power or workers. You could technically have a buttload of them placed down and just constantly producing. There we go. Tidy that up a bit. That's better. Yeah, I can do that in just a sec, mate. Just a second. Welcome. There we go. So, obviously, this is PV Wolf Creek, which is an extended version of Elm Creek, which is one of the base game maps. And I'll just show you this off. Obviously, there is a lot of stuff that I've placed down all around here, but obviously, you're going to have your Elm Creek in the middle right here. Then obviously around that is going to be like a no man's style area where it's just basically trees and such, where you can actually develop it and expand the map outwards to how you want it, guys. In addition, obviously you do have your mining products down in this corner here, and obviously on top of that there is a nice area full of trees that can be cut down, and you could even develop that into like say a farm area if you wanted to. Obviously, yeah, that is it. One of the big questions as well is where you get silt from on this map. Obviously, silt is used to make fertilizer and stuff like that, and you're going to be able to have to get them from this pond here, this pond up the top here, and this pond over here. All three of them have silt in it. Obviously, you do need to own them before you can actually mine the stuff as well, yeah, guys. So just remember that. And if you're wondering what all this funky greenness is, obviously that is the tree areas around the map. For some weird reason, when Dave added when the crops back in, it caused that issue, so it might get fixed one day, I don't know. But as it is, I think it was kind of funky, really. Gives you an idea where the trees will be.
You can fix it when you get in there.
I can fix it when I get in there.
It's oil seed radish on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you could easily turn that off, to be honest. Where are you? Yeah, you could turn that off if you wanted to. Just like that. There you go.
Or you can plow it in.
Yeah. I'm not too bothered about it, to be honest. So, yeah, there you go. ZK 102220. Hopefully that helped you out a little bit there. Obviously, if you do want the map, you will need the SGA mod folder switcher to download it. And it's basically a program that you download, install onto your computer, and then you just enter a code, which is on the SGA website, to get any of the SGA maps, which is obviously Uncharted, this one, which is WolfCreek, Volcano Island, which is a nice little single-sized map, and then obviously the new released one, which is NBC Acres. And let me get back to this sec. So once again, Billy, those houses in the town. Yeah, you can demolish the ones that don't have the triggers if you wanted to. I've got a feeling that the ones that have the worker triggers could be demolished as well. And maybe place down something a bit bigger if you wanted to. But yeah, if you just buy the land and it doesn't have that pop-up trigger, yeah, you can sell it and then place a proper house down if you wanted to. That's basically what I'll be doing at some point. So I've got that little plot of land next to where the fire station is that I want to put something a little bit bigger, should we say. But yeah, obviously to sell them, actually while I think about it, what you will need to do is the same as any other property. Let me jump over here. For instance, obviously I think I own this one. Yeah. Obviously you go into your shop, do your construction, and what you need to do is click on the demolish, and make sure to highlight it, and then click on the building itself. You won't get anything for the houses, though. So obviously just bear that in mind with these ones up here. Obviously, like I said, I did have a couple of houses here that I've actually sold, and at some point I do want to use these for something else. Yeah, that looks like that one could be built, sold. Obviously you're not going to get anything for that, so actually I might as well sell that as well. I'm here because I do own that land. I could actually place another house there if I wanted to. But yeah, all of these I think should be sellable. Yeah, so you can get rid of that if you want to. Even the walls there. Actually, that has no purpose, does it? So let's get rid of that one. There's something, a possibility maybe getting rid of these cars. I don't know if they could be removed easily or sellable.
Nope, I could have, but I left them there.
Okay, that one go because that doesn't have a purpose. Obviously, keep these ones if you can.
They're decorative.
Yeah. I don't think I own that one. Nope. Obviously, that one you can keep hold of for now. Obviously, it does have the trigger, so obviously that's producing workers. But yeah, so there's like 4 or 5, maybe 6 different places you could actually then reuse. Technically, you could actually sell that, place down some nice big apartment blocks down there if you wanted to. That's kind of like what my idea here is. Maybe a couple of apartment blocks. Take the road away and have it just access from further down, maybe. Obviously, it's something I'll get to at some point. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit there, Choking Dog. Yeah, so you need to own the land first, and then you can actually sell the buildings. As long as you own it, you should get it to come up that red sort of colour. And then obviously if you click on it, you'll get the pop-up saying, do you want to sell it? Obviously I want to keep that. Obviously keep the fire station if you can, unless you want to relocate that somewhere else. Obviously that is something you're going to need for your safety points. But who knows, one day we might even be able to get these doors to open, have a nice, some fire engines and such. But I know Dave does have some plans for additional placeables that are going to give you safety points and such, like an ambulance, hospital, whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that, police station. You forgot about the other land, yeah. Yeah, Georgia Assassin, there was an update for Uncharted yesterday. It's just basically bringing everything that's currently on here into Uncharted. So obviously you're going to get the McCain's factory. Where's my little notebook gone? Actually, I can tell you exactly what it was. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? So the tailor shop was added. The tailor shop extended, to be precise, was added to the map itself. The limit breaker, and obviously the apartment block pack was added, along with the McCain's, and then obviously the products into sell points as well. Yeah, so you can sync your map now, your folder now for that. And obviously anybody else who hasn't updated Uncharted recently, I definitely recommend doing that. So anyway, back to doing this here. And change that over there. Obviously if you're on a server as well and you're playing on Uncharted, you'll need that updated as well. Thinking about it. And let's do that. The nice thing is with that little bit of grass there, what I could actually do is pop a few trees down just to make it nice and tidy. And something that we do need is like parking lines, I think. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. I might have gone a little bit over the top with some of the flattening, so this is going to be costly. Heck. Oh wow. Oh wait, that way I want. And let's just do a little painting there. Straighten that up. So the nice thing was obviously having this in here now is I can actually use this as a test map more rather than having the two on the go. That's kind of cool. So what have you been up to, Mr. Dave? Or should I ask?
Nothing. Really.
Zombies?
A little bit of zombies. Watching the news.
Oh, that's a bad thing to do.
Trying to get rid of a headache.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
Eating lunch or late lunch.
4 hours, so you're what, about just after 3 o'clock? I'm guessing.
Yep.
Put a few of these guys down. Don't think too big there. There we go. Something like that, I think. Should be fine. The nice thing is obviously got access there for maybe like a little factory or something, maybe, or some storage. I don't know yet. We shall see. Drop a few of these here. Won't be too big, I think. Actually, I'm gonna do a few on this side as well. Bigger ones. Help hide that a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's not too bad. Bit of a gap there, but that's fine. Yeah, I can see myself driving in there quite nicely. Cool. Actually, the only thing I haven't checked is if that lights up at night. That'd be a good idea. But I think, if I remember rightly, there is lights on there. Or did I take them off? No, I took them off. Dingo. Might be adding some lights to this as well before it comes out. Something else to add back in. But anyway, so how is this guy over here doing? Absolutely an idiot. And we've got 4 minutes remaining, guys, on stream ready, so if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. It would be much appreciated. There we go. So let me do this myself, I think. Might as well. It's enough spending for one day to start actually earning. How's my day going? It's not too bad. Kind of one of those really can't be bothered type of days. Feeling. Yeah. Apart from that, not too bad, thanks. And yourself? And also, how is the new PC? I keep missing your streams to catch up. Hopefully you got it all sorted out now. Oh, fiddlesticks. Helps if I hit the right buttons. Quick enough. There we go. Doing wonderful. Oh, good. Glad to hear it finally. Definitely good. This thing does go a bit faster than 10 miles an hour or kilometers an hour. Glad to hear it. So does that mean we'll get more streams out of you then? Is it, Mr. Farmer and Gaming? Actually, just out of curiosity, which map are you playing at the minute? 'Cause I know you can bounce between is it Elm Creek, not Elm Creek, WolfCreek and Uncharted, aren't you? And I think you were doing a bit of ATS earlier, or ETS, one of the two. Yeah, alright. So let's take you off. Yes, I do try and keep an eye on who's streaming and when and such, so I might not necessarily jump in, because I'll be maybe busy doing other things. all of the time, but I do like to lurk as well. Getting quite good at it. Like Grumpy Dwarf Gaming, he's kind of fun to watch. He's been creating his own little signs for the map, all from fresh, so definitely well worth checking him out as well. Obviously he's been playing on WolfCreek at the minute and really enjoying it from the sounds of it. I think he's on a server as well, thinking about it. I'm sure I keep seeing other people on there with him. I'm going to try Volcano Island and NBCA later this week though. Okay, yeah, that's definitely cool. Right then, so obviously remember that Volcano Island can obviously run off the same mod folder as WolfCreek. Obviously they do get updated at the same time. And let's jump over to stream ready to get this battle underway. We've got time for at least one more after this. So we've got 38 units down, so good luck guys, here we go. Obviously you've got that time for one more after this. Obviously we don't do it on this one, we'll try it again one more time. Alright, that's cool, yeah. And well done guys. That is absolutely amazing. And Welsh Wizzy and Sodwick getting a little something as well out of that. That is absolutely great. And we get a new map to try out now, so let's go straight to the middle one. Make a nice easy end for today. Obviously if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. The link is in chat, so let's see what we can put down. Let's go for this guy up here. There we go. And obviously it's going to be this area over here, lighted in blue, for you placing down. Obviously while you're doing that, I'm going to carry on harvesting the sugar beet, because we're so close to getting finished. Does anyone have a tip to do easily know to set up your axles and blenders so they correct in GE? I haven't got a clue. I'm not sure if Shy Wizard's out there. That's probably his department, blender. Yeah, I would have no idea about that, unfortunately. I think Darius had that sort of issue as well, to be honest. On the Volvo that he did.
Figured out why we haven't seen Winston.
Why? Hello, Mr. Boomer.
He's playing Lost Ark.
Is he?
Yep.
Ah, that figures. And how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad.
Alright.
Getting there. Well, I've got my doors animated, kind of, on the Free-to-Play factory. The only thing I need to sort out is adding or re-adding some, because they're not opening and closing quite right. See if that fixes them. So hopefully this weekend that'll be coming as well. So there'll be another update for obviously Boomer's storage coming.
Yay.
Right, so let's turn you off. So I think that's the one.
We'll have another Blame Billy update.
Yep. Well, actually, because Dave's working on one, so it's not just going to be me. Hopefully.
You never know. Since you're doing it, Dave may take the week off.
That's fine. Just tell me what factories you want, and I'll do them. There we go.
I think you gotta fix some doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, them doors are fun. Hey, Shy Wizard, how you doing?
There is a tool for aligning Z axis. That comes with the i3D Part 2. Hydraulics. Yeah, okay. There you go, Mr. Sodwick. If you didn't see Mr. Shy Wizard's comment, have a read of that. Might help you out.
I am doing great.
There we go, cool. Right then. Come back to you in a minute. Let's go drop this lot off. Getting a sore booty sitting on this chair. I need to get a decent chair.
Yep. I'm happy with the office chair I got.
Yeah, I seen it, I thought, oh, that's kind of nice chair. And I've sat on one similar, but didn't realise after a while how bum-numbing they are.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's why I don't care what anybody says. They made office chairs for a reason. For people that sit in a chair longer than, 3-4 hours at a time.
Ooh, yep. It's like after, in the evening when I'm playing Satisfactory, don't obviously cause you get so into the game, you don't realise the sort of time or how long you've been on, and all of a sudden you sort of take a stop and get up, and your legs have literally gone dead. Thinking, oh my god, egg.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe one day. Obviously, the next thing I want to get for my system is definitely another monitor. That is the top of the list. And then after that, probably sort out a decent chair or something. Maybe a nice little a recliner. That'd be quite nice. I don't know about that though. But yeah. But there is one thing I seen. The new is it the new Logitech wheel. I can't think what it's blinking called now.
23.
Yeah. So I know quite a few like streamers in that have been shown the Thrustmaster, that one. The T248 is kind of nice. I know Clutch Simulation's been testing it out. I think Virtual Farmer, DJ Gohammer will try that out. And from the sounds of it, it's a really good wheel to go for. So yeah, oh grapes. Didn't mean to do that. Look at me phone too much. There we go. But yeah, if you're looking at getting a new wheel any time soon, guys, maybe look into that.
Pretty sure Thrustmasters, it used to be cheaper than Logitech. I don't know about that one I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue. Probably a good couple of hundred anyway.
Right. Most of them are.
Yep. Kind of strange. I'm sure someone just walked in. There we go. One back out. Cool. There we go. Here we go. We're now producing sugar again. Yay! Obviously, the main one I'm after is obviously the yeast. I do have some sugar in storage, but it's all going to a good cause at the end of the day.
Yep, I don't know how much longer I was on past you, Dave, but I ended up falling out of my chair once. Almost twice, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
The worst part is I don't know how I get turned from facing my keyboard and my TVs to bed. I have no clue. But it happens every time.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never been that bad.
It's my meds, but yeah.
Didn't need that after all. Right, so there guys, can go back now. Return. Return you.
Bakery extended. I went and sold some yeast. It left partial pallet. It's because the factories will only hold so much, and if it's not, it has to be used. Unless you don't own it. I think it will disappear after so long if you don't own the factory. But if you own it, you have to use it with all the other products.
Yeah.
It's one thing I really wish they would have done differently.
And obviously, if you, for any guys that is just starting out, didn't want to go with the extended ones, obviously there is things like, say, the oven here, which is the tier 1 stuff, which I'll show you off in a minute because I've got a few of them here actually. So obviously the oven is going to be producing your breads. Obviously you're not going to need any power or anything like that. You just need to add obviously the different types of flour to be able to produce the different types of breads. So there's that. You also have obviously this little guy, which is kind of cool, which is your Loom. That's the one. I was trying to think, what the heck was it again? And obviously this is going to do the same sort of stuff as the fabric factory, where you can actually add your wool, your cotton, and your hemp to produce your fabric. Obviously it's only going to be putting out like 1 or 2 pallets at a time. You've got your sugar mill. Obviously for any guys who know it from obviously Uncharted, it's exactly the same. You obviously have one area to drop your stuff off in, and then your pallet's going to spawn out in the front. Obviously you're going to get your sugar, your molasses, your yeast out of that. You're also going to have this, which is your flour mill, which is another tier 1. Also you can get 2 pallets out of there. Let's have a look at something. Also you can put your wheat, your oats, your barley, sorghum, rye, millet, rice and corn into that. Obviously, you're going to get all your different flowers out for that. If you're on to doing your olives already, this is like a small oil production. Get up here a second if I can. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Heck. I'm stuck. I can't get up there. But yeah, anyway, that's going to do all your your olive oil and stuff like that. Let me see if I can tab into one of the other buildings. There we go. Bring it up in the menu itself so you can see what's going on there. So obviously small oil production is going to do your sunflower oil, canola oil, olive oil and corn oil. I still think you should have like a soybean oil or something like that as well. There's one product that isn't being used yet. So yeah, you got all of those that you could start out with as well. Obviously you got your seed and fertilize maker as well if you wanted to. Obviously that doesn't need any power either. And obviously you can make your solid fertilizer and seeds. So you could actually start off with like say 2 or 3 of each of them until you've got enough money together to actually buy the extended versions. So yeah, go from there. You don't own just the land. I own this of 8,000 litres. Will the pigs take straw bales, and if so, where? Actually, I can show you. Well, depending on which pen you have. I know the one that I've got, the pig pen, you have to do it as loose for the most part, but you can actually place a bale on the actual trigger. Let me drive around there a sec. It's not too far to go. You're just starting on animals? Okay. So I've got the smaller, I think it is, of the 2 ones with pig pens with the building on it. Just here. And with this one, I'm not sure if the bigger one's the same, but obviously if you got loose, you can put it straight into there. But what I have found is you can actually place a bale here, and it will take it as well. So yeah, you probably got the same one as me then. Let's have a little look actually at that. Animal, yeah, so I went for that one there. So yeah, if you put it where the little paw print is, it should take it there as well. Please. But yeah, if you've got loose as well, you can put it straight into that trigger there. The silo basically. Actually, I probably need to put some in there, so let's grab one while I'm here. If I've got super strength on. And I can show you. There we go. So it's going to be 400, no, 800 something. So 820, 8250. Yeah, so there you go. So you just hover it over there, it'll take it straight away. Yeah, so there you go. So you can put your bales there if you wanted to. Doesn't take much, to be honest. Obviously, if you do want silage out of it, or not silage, manure, make sure you put a pit down as well nearby. So I've got a fair bit there actually. I could probably sell off or use on the fields. And what you'd need to do, obviously, once you place it down to fill it up, is just come over to this little icon here, and it will obviously allow you to load up. Obviously, this is going to be for your slurry on the side here. It'd be kind of nice if these mesh opened. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully that helps out. Yeah, I haven't tried out the bigger ones to see if it's the same for the pig pens there. Might be, to be honest. No worry, buddy. No worries. So let's park that up there a sec. And I need to get into wherever the heck it is. Oh, just going right past it. That one. Go in the little room. Go in the little room to open one. Oh, okay. I will try that out in a minute. See, always learning. That's a good thing with this game. There's so much that even probably I don't even know. Like that, for instance. Didn't know. It's like a few weeks ago, I was whinging about the sheds not, well, having lights but not being able to turn them on with a switch or anything. Turns out you just hit the R key when you're stood inside. So, yeah. Fun and games. How are we doing? So we've got just under 11.5 minutes on Stream Raiders, guys, if you want to join in still. It's a pretty easy one, hopefully, because it's a new map. We currently have 20 allies down. But if you want to join in, !Raiders in chat if you haven't already. The chicken's open too. Oh, okay.
Dave, I don't know if you've seen it or if you care, but they've got Fishing Planet drops again.
Haven't seen it. Yeah, I probably won't do any of those right now.
Now, if they had zombie drops, then you'd be interested, maybe. Let's have a little look, shall we? So the little room. That one, I'm guessing? Let's have a look. It's not going to be that one. Yeah, mine's not working for some reason. Oh, yeah, I see you. I see you. I'm just doing it wrong. Oh, that's cool. There we go. Thank you for that. Yeah, because you know how smelly piggies get, so definitely air them out. That's cool. I like that. Thank you. So, hopefully my eggs ain't in the way. Which they are. Oh no, that's cool. That is cool. What's these other ones do then? Because let's see, little rooms. Maybe? Oh, that's the cows. Let's try that one there. Oh yeah, there we go. Maybe. Oh, that's not fair.
Alright, maybe next time.
Let's go that one. Yeah, that's a shame. That's gonna be that door there. Oh, okay, never mind. That is kind of cool. I like that. Oh, tree. Well, thank you very much there, Wolf Wizzy. My pigs and chickens can now breathe easily inside as well. And what's going on over here? Reload. Okay. That's kind of cool. But yeah, at some point I do want to set up a second farm for just animals. I think that's going to definitely be needed at some point. Maybe the starter farm for you, what you guys get down the bottom. Where are we? There. Cool. Return. Yeah. Yeah, that's that job done for the day. So the next thing to do, obviously, on that field is get it ploughed, limed, and everything. So let's get that saved. And oh, now what? Why are you getting banned for? Okay, you stupid bot. Unban. Sorry about that, choking dog. Yep, silly bots. Hope you're still there, buddy. Okay, yep. Extended bakery only takes 10k of yeast. Ah, there you go. That's what it was. I think it was because of obviously the yeast dot thanks. I didn't like it. I'll have to look at that in my settings. Make sure that that doesn't do that again. Silly friggin' thing. Right then. Yeah, it usually picks on Michael, but obviously Michael's been kind of behaving recently, so.
I don't know about behaving.
Yeah. Yeah, so at least what I can do is make a start on getting that field ploughed up, ready for the next crop to go in. Obviously the next one is going to be a lot easier than doing sugar beets, that's for sure. Worst thing is I've got another field of sugar beets to do later on. And it's even bigger than that field. But at least it's a nice square field, so it should make life a lot easier.
One can hope.
Yeah. That's for sure. Right. I think this thing should have enough power to pull that plough anyway, so let's give it a go. Now, actually, here's a question for all you guys out there. Obviously, with precision farming coming out soon, are you going to be doing it, playing the game with precision farming, or are you going to have it like disabled, not bother with it type thing? Obviously, I do know it's meant to help improve your yields and stuff, and reduce obviously usage, like your fertilizer and seed consumption type thing.
Dave's not gonna use it.
Dave's not going to use it. I don't believe that. Not use.
I probably will use it.
Yeah. Obviously, I never really used it in 19. I understood most of it from obviously watching you guys, but I very rarely actually used it. So I'll probably add it once. Obviously, Dave's got a proper map if added, if that's what has to be done.
Likely. I'd be surprised if they did it any different than that.
Yeah. But one nice thing obviously is you don't have to obviously do the soil sampling if you don't want to. From what I can understand, you can actually buy a one-off full map with all the different soil types already loaded. And I missed that guy there. Let's go to you. So it'd be interesting to see There we go. Right. But yeah, something new, that's for sure, to try out. Oh, that's very underpowered. That is very underpowered. Never used it before either. Alright, okay. Not sure yet. May. Oop. Shouldn't read chat and try and drive. It's not good for you. How are we doing? One sec, guys. I need to jump off quickly. Something's come up. Is anybody streaming?
Surfing. He's doing ATS.
Okie dokie. So, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to jump off, leave it there, and come back on obviously Friday and carry on with this. Unfortunately, what I'll do is I'll finish off Stream Raiders as well in a little while. I just need to sort something out quickly. So let me jump over here. But obviously, big, huge thank you to all you guys for obviously sticking with us today. And let me see if I can bring him up. Wrong one. Raid channel. There he is. Obviously, stick around. Obviously, we're going to go over and see Surfing Cowboy. Obviously, he was in chat a little while ago. And obviously, he is a bit of an interesting character, that is for sure. But yeah, I'll catch you all again soon, guys. Stay safe and stay well, okay? Bye for now.